So you've probably heard all the buzz about 5G, maybe even some whispers about 6G. But what if the next giant leap in networking has nothing to do with speed at all? Today, we're going to look at something much, much bigger: the architecture of what's being called holistic intelligence. This is a concept that wants to turn our networks from just dumb pipes for data into actual cognitive systems.
Right off the bat, let's get one thing straight. This has zero to do with streaming movies faster. What we're diving into today suggests we are leaving the whole era of just communicating and entering an age of, get this, cognitive replication. Now that is a massive, massive jump.
So what in the world does cognitive replication even mean? Well, it's the absolute core of this whole idea. We're talking about building a network that doesn't just connect you and me, but one that's actually designed to mirror the way human thought works.
Just let that sink in for a second. The network as an extension of our consciousness. The goal here isn't just to build a faster internet, it's to create this living, adaptive ecosystem that can copy the nuances of how we think and make decisions, but do it all at quantum speed. It's about changing the network from a passive tool we use into an active, thinking partner.
Okay, so if you're going to build a machine that thinks, where do you even start? Well, you'd probably look at the best thinking machine we know of, right? The human brain. And that's exactly the idea here. The entire design for this new intelligence is inspired by nature.
What's so cool about this diagram is you can literally see that evolution happen. If you look from left to right, you can see how the idea of an organic synapse, the thing that fires in our own brains, is the direct inspiration for these incredibly complex neuromorphic circuits and this whole cognitive architecture. It's like a direct family tree, from biology to technology.
And following this biological blueprint leads us to this concept of holistic intelligence. It's a system that's built to balance four different things. You've got the raw logic of IQ, the empathy and social awareness of EQ, that gut-feeling pattern recognition of intuition, and the ability to see the big picture with systems-level thinking.
So what this really boils down to is an AI that doesn't just see isolated facts. It's designed to get the big picture. It's supposed to weave together logic, empathy, and intuition to understand context and nuance and how everything is connected. Kind of like we do.
All right, so we have the blueprint from biology. But what kind of engine is powerful enough to actually run this new kind of intelligence? Well, this is where things get really wild, because we're jumping into the world of quantum computing. What you're looking at here is what the source calls the technical triad. You can basically think of it as the system's brain, and it has three layers. On the bottom, the NSI framework is kind of like the basic operating system. In the middle, you have tensor networks, which are amazing at mapping out super complex relationships. Think of them as the brain's wiring. And then at the very top, you have the quantum neural networks, or QNNs. And those are the processors, the things doing the actual thinking at a mind-boggling speed.
And this image shows the difference perfectly. On the left, that's how our computers work now, one step at a time in a straight line. But on the right, that's the quantum world. Thanks to things like superposition and entanglement, the system can look at every single possibility from every single angle, all at the exact same time.
Let's just put that into perspective. Linear processing is awesome for sifting through big data to find things that are connected. But quantum processing is after something totally different: instant insight. It's not just about finding that A is related to B. It's about understanding why they're related, grasping the entire context in a flash. Okay, so we have this incredibly powerful quantum mind. But how do we talk to it? And maybe more importantly, how does it talk to us? This whole thing needs a completely new kind of interface, one that can bridge the gap between our consciousness and the machine.
The conversation starts with technology getting a whole new set of senses. We're talking about AI agents that do way more than just listen to your voice or read your text. They can see your pupils dilate, read micro-expressions on your face, your gestures, even your pulse. It's about reading your emotional and physical state, which lets it bring that emotional intelligence, that EQ, into how it interacts with you.
But it's not a one-way street where the AI just reads us. This is where we learn to talk back, with our minds. Using brain-computer interfaces, or BCIs, a human thought can be sent straight to the quantum cloud to be processed, with basically zero delay. It's a direct link, a seamless fusion between our mind and this incredible intelligence. I know, this all sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. But what would a world actually powered by this holistic intelligence look like? What can you actually do with it? Well, on a personal level, check this out, a therapeutic quantum metaverse. This isn't just some pre-built VR game. This is a virtual space where the light, the sounds, the entire environment actually changes in real time based on your biometrics. It could sense your stress levels rising and automatically adjust to calm you down, creating a healing space just for you. It's the end of one-size-fits-all solutions.
Now, zooming way out, for any of this to work, you need a network that is literally everywhere. And that's what this shows, a completely integrated network across space, air, ground, and sea, all acting as one single synchronized system. You'd have perfect connectivity from the bottom of the ocean to satellites in orbit.
And if you have that kind of global connection, security has to be absolutely bulletproof. This system is described as having its own immune system. Security isn't based on complicated code that could be broken. Instead, it uses something called quantum key distribution. The simple version is that in quantum physics, just looking at something changes it. So if a hacker even tries to intercept the data key, the key itself breaks, and the system knows instantly. The laws of physics are literally your firewall. It's unhackable by its very nature.
So let's pool all these pieces together. We've got a design inspired by the brain, a quantum computer for an engine, and a direct link to human consciousness. What is the endgame here? What's the ultimate vision?
This image, I think, really says it all. When we talk about what's beyond 7G, we're not just talking about another upgrade. We are talking about the birth of a brand new type of intelligence.
So, what's the grand vision? Well, the big takeaway is that this is nothing less than the birth of a new intelligence. It's created through a fusion, a true symbiosis between quantum computing, neural networks, and our own biology. And the real vision is for technology to stop being just a tool that we use and to become an intuitive partner that understands us, works with us, and ultimately expands what it even means to be human.
And that kind of leaves us with one last really big question to think about. When our technology is no longer just a tool we hold in our hands, but a partner that's connected to our very consciousness, what do we become?